on an all-new Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Something's already in motion, something big.
An invisible evil is on the attack.
Mitch, what happened?
It hit me.
What hit you? Okay, I know someone's here.
How exactly did you propose to hunt someone you can't see?
What can't be seen can be deadly.
I'm invisible.
An all-new Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Next week.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another watch along on Balloon Hit Productions. I'm your host. As usual, my name is Marcelo Inestroza, and I'd like to welcome you to my watch along for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 1, Episode 11. Out of Mind, Out of Sight. All right, guys, so if y'all don't know how I do my watch alongs here, in just a moment, I'm going to switch over to my streaming service my streaming service of choice, where I'm going to watch this episode. For me, that's American Hulu. Once I get over there, I'll give you guys a countdown from 3. I'll go in 3, 2, 1, and when I say play, that'll be your opportunity to sync up with me to sync up this episode. That'll be your opportunity to sync up with me if you choose to watch this episode along, if you choose to watch this episode at home along with me. So that'll be your opportunity to sync up the episode. And one last thing, guys, just a little housekeeping here. If you've been to any of my watch alongs before, you know that I always start from absolute zero because I think that gives everybody a chance to sync up with one another, whether they're watching it on a streaming service or whether they're watching it on their own copy at home. So there's something to remember. There's something to keep in mind when you come to my watch alongs. All right, guys. So enough prittle prattle for me. I'm going to go over to Hulu and I'll give you a 3 count in just a few seconds. All right, guys. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. All right, guys. So we have the pre-video giving the audience just a previews about what Buffy the Vampire Slayer is about. Also, I really, really identify with Cordy in this moment. I know, guys, that's a shock if you've been with me for my Buffy watch along since the beginning. I identify with Cordy and Harmony because as a high school student, when it comes to the end of school, you get that end of school fever. And like during the last couple of weeks, everything just turns off for you and you're focused on the summer. That's funny because at this point, I believe Cordy knows that Buffy and the Scoobies do something do something really, really weird, but she's hasn't really put her finger on it. So that scene is very interesting. Either Cordy is protecting the Scooby secret or she's playing dumb, which I kind of think that she's playing dumb or she really is dumb. Or to give her more to give her the benefit of the doubt even more, she's probably protecting the Scoobies and Buffy's secret, I guess. That's curious because you whine, 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 and you think the whole world is about you. No, you should get over yourself, Cordy. I really love that they're talking about this, and I really love that the girl that the one girl in Sunnydale High who is the prissy stuck up, you know, popular queen is defending a piece of literature with a main character that is obsessed with himself and is all about and is obsessed with the world revolving around him. I find that really interesting. Great transition. I believe that this is Mitch here. I wonder what that bat's doing there on top of the locker just like that. Oh, this is probably baseball practice, so that's how you could sort of explain it away, you know, just in case somebody said it was weird, like I just did. And that character on screen right there is this is Mitch, so I was right. And this is the guy that Cordy is going to go out with. This is really creepy. This episode has shades of the Invisible Man for obvious reasons that I kind of don't need to point out. Oh, oh shit. Oh, oh, that looked like it hurt. So, over under 50%, he's dead or he's just or she just kicked the shit out of him. What do you guys think? And the inevitable corner silence for one of the most awesomest theme songs in American TV history? Love that shot of Sarah there. I was thinking C for something else, but I can't say that on air. And I would never say that about Cordy. Cordy is annoying in the early seasons of Buffy, but as I've said many times on this stream, on this watch along series, Cordy's character is one of the most interesting characters in the Whedonverse because what Joss does with him, what Joss does with her, is amazing. And not everybody agrees with me, but I do. That's what I believe. So it's stupid. Oh, wow. I also love that line because that is the tip of the cap to the audience that Buffy had a life before Sunnydale, and she also was in a movie before Sunnydale where she fought some vampires in a school. Good God. Don't you just shit. Again, that's another great transition and another great cut. Buff, I would wait until a little later if I were you. Smart thinking, Will. The beast. I love the sort of understated creepy music here. I don't think you know what? I don't think Buffy's music gets a lot of credit because to be honest with you, it's really good, but when I think of Buffy, I don't actually think of the actual score. I think of the soundtrack CDs that came out with the show back in the day because I had most of them, if not all of them. A vampire bat. Telekinesis is a good theory, Giles. Um, I like a poltergeist a lot better. Yeah. Not only fight for your life, but you gotta do homework too. That must be a drag, guys. It must be a drag to be a part of the Scoobies. I love how repulsed Xander is of Cordelia in this first season. Again, I've been repulsed at Cordelia in this first season because of her behavior, but Xander being repulsed at Cordelia in this first season is funny because when you really think about it, where their relationship is headed is freaking hilarious. And this character, Harmony, like, is this the first time that we've seen her in this watch along? I believe so. And I love this shot here by the director because at first we think because at first you think that this is a flashback, but this is actually something else. See, and all she cares about is that her date to this dance is physically okay to take a is physically okay to take a picture at the dance that she's going to. What kind of fucking person does that? Again, Cordy is playing a girl that is like in every high school across the world. There's always a ditzy girl that cares more about herself than the people around her. And that was a great scene of Harmony getting uh, pushed down the stairs. And I love the fact that Snyder's first inclination is nobody touch her, go get the school nurse because we don't want to get sued. I love that. Don't sue. He said it right there. Oh, what did she just trip over? Did she just trip over that file cabinet? Nah, it can't be possible. She just tripped. Maybe she just tripped over her feet and they left it in. I don't think they're in the mood for talking, Buff. Who the hell are these mugs? That sounds like when you actually, your body loses, your body temperature just drops out of nowhere and you feel this cold feeling on your body. That's what I feel that, Giles was just describing there. If you were invisible, what would you do besides all the naughty things that you would do? Because Harmony and Mitch treated them like shit, and I bet you Cody's gonna be next. It's the May dance. I keep call like, I keep calling it like a Ryan dance, but it's the May dance. That's what Cordy is obsessed with in this episode. This is a great shot because this also shows Buffy the person that she used to be and everything that she has lost at this point in her life because she's taken on the calling of the Slayer. So it's a really, really, really nice it's a really, really nice story beat from a completely visual point of view. You don't even have to say anything to illustrate to the audience what Buffy's feeling. So I really, really like that quick shot that the writer put in there and the director executed brilliantly. Don't you know when you ask who's there, Giles? Like nobody probably answers you back, and of course it's tall, dark, and brooding. He has no reflection, of course. How ironic. Poetic, ironic, both of those things, really. Oh, shit, I wonder where this is gonna lead to. Probably one of the best episodes of the season, probably. Isn't it curious that all the reading materials that they need to read up on the master and get ready for this potential big fight they don't have anymore? That makes the storytelling much more dire for our main characters that they could be possibly going into this life and death situation without critical information about what to expect what to expect in reference to what the master may or may not do. It's kind of ironic, but it's really, really good story plotting in this instance for this TV show. That's kind of, just, it's kind of a little, unnerving if you walked into the mirror every day and you didn't actually see anything, if you didn't actually see your reflection. Also, I really like this scene because, the first flashback we saw Harmony and Cordy talking about something, and then we hear a voice, but now actually we see their voice. We see another flashback, but we actually see the voice of the girl that Harmony and Cordy were mean to before, a couple scenes ago. So, I really like how these sort of black and white flashbacks, or not flashbacks, or black and white memories are inserted into the episode here and there. It's just not my right, but my responsibility. Get over yourself, Cordy. Oh my god, that's a beautiful shot of Buffy there. Who the hell are those, um, uh, you know, who are the men in black over there? In certain scenes when actors have dialogue, but the scene isn't focused on them, I wonder if in the script, that actor who is not being focused on in the scene has the whole speech written down for them. I bet they do. They probably do. This is really creepy, and I think, the low lighting absolutely helps, but also she is, crawling around on this, she's crawling around in the ceiling? What? That's a huge ceiling. There's a bed and musical notes. Holy crap, look at that. This is disconcerting and really creepy. Is that somebody breathing? Oh, shit! That is really fucking creepy. Oh, that's the band room, I think. Yeah, it's a band room. It's the music room. It would make sense that she has a little, hideaway in the, in the roof of the music room there. Oh my god. Have a Nice Summer the the thank you. Have a Nice Summer is what you write when you have nothing to say in people's yearbooks. Oh, it's so awful. Oh, shit. Huh? Thank you. She became that way. Marcy's in the back there. No, yeah, no, Marcy's right there. It's like she's not even there. Jesus. Revenge would be a good idea. Cordy, this is not how you ask for a favor. What? Narcissist. So this really confirms to me that Cordy knows that there's something special about Buffy, but she can't really put her finger on it. And the fact that she is coming to the gang in a time of need, expecting them to help her after she's been a complete flake to them the whole series? I totally get that. I could, I could see an invisible anybody being mad at Cordy at this time in her life for being such a, uh, bitch, a typical, high school girl. What the th this is not critical at this point, Cordy. I really, really like all these POV shots from the invisible girl's point of view now, but now that we know who she is, the POV shots used to be in black and white, but now since we know who she is, the POV shots are in color. So I think that's a great tutorial choice by the director of this episode and by the editor of this episode, I should mention. Really? There's somebody worse than you? I can't imagine it. That's a great idea. That's a great plan. A plan is a plan, guys, no matter how bad and no matter how ill-advised it is, you gotta have a plan for something. But don't you realize why this is happening? This is happening because of behavior from you and other people like you. Well, why don't you let them get to really know you instead of choosing false friendships? That's a really good point. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Cody for that speech there because this episode and a lot of times this season I've been ragging on Cody for her behavior, but that speech there really sums it up as to why she acts the way she acts. And this is really fucking creepy. How are you gonna grab a ghost? How are you gonna grab someone that you can't see? I'm just saying, guys. How are you gonna do that? Really fucking creepy, and again, the lighting just adds to the creepiness factor. Trap! Gas! Oh, smart invisible girl. Yes, she was. I really like how the writers have subtly put in tips of the cap to the original Buffy movie. Listen, I know that that's not Joss's favorite project of his because I believe he walked out of it after the first week because the film was going in a direction that he didn't agree with. But I really like that the writers have incorporated a little bit of that throughout Buffy's first season here. And Buffy's not going into the roof; she's going into the crawl space of the roof. Door spark. Why did they try to kick it? Oof. Ah, Jesus. That's gotta hurt. What the hell did she inject her with? This is not good. And of course, all the best third acts of Buffy end up in the bronze. I love the bronze. That's a really cool shot there. Oh, it's a paralytic. Oh, Jesus. They're gonna pass out. You think? She's gonna cut off her face. Oh, no, she's not gonna cut off her face, she's probably gonna, deform Cordelia's face. Why haven't these guys already kicked the door like 10 minutes ago? But in their defense, they're dealing with, gas, so Oh, it's an anesthetic, not a paralytic. If it was a paralytic, she wouldn't be able to move anything. Jesus. You know what? They couldn't have kicked that door down because that door is made out of metal, so it would have been difficult to kick it down. Let's put a smile on that face, huh, Cordy? This is where every moment in every show, like if the villain just came right out with it and did what they wanted to do and did a monologue, the hero wouldn't have time to escape. But um, that's the commonality between all stories ever told. The villains always monologue too much. Angel saved the day. Oh, look at that. What he was missing. Can he smell if he's dead? Well, I guess he can't smell. Oof. Jesus. Mm, that's not gonna work, Buff. Oh, that's a great shot. She's using her Slayer sense here, guys. This is this is such a good sequence. That's great. Gotcha. Who the fuck are these people? Like the FBI. Not really. This this I feel was setting something up. This section of the episode I feel was setting up something bigger that I don't believe this ever came back again. I I think this is just a thing from the first season that was hinting at something bigger, but they never picked it up ever again. At least I don't think so. Oh wow, that's awful big of you, Cord. Wow, take a compliment from Cordy while you can. Oh man, Cordy, you did something nice and you just took it. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I take back what I said about you before. Again, this episode has great transitions from shots to from different shots. I really really love how one episode ends and the next episode picks up exactly where the what picks up with. Um, I love how in this episode at the end of several scenes, one character will say something that will lead into the next episode. It's just great. And I don't think that this loose storyline ever comes back again. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think it does. All right, guys, so that'll do it for my watch along of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 1, episode 11. Out of mind, out of sight. All right, guys. So if you like this episode, in the comments below, tell me what you liked about it, or tell me what you didn't like about it. But before you go, if you like to hear me prattle on about Buffy the Vampire Slayer and about Dawson's Creek, but you would also like to hear me prattle on about movies, I have this podcast with a dear friend of mine where we discuss movies from a writer's perspective. We break down movies scene by scene and talk about them from a writer's perspective. My podcast is called. Sorry, I gotta pop it up here. My podcast is called the Mixtape Podcast. Here's the logo. Um, we are available on all major podcast platforms on the planet, but if you're a YouTuber like I am and you prefer to use that method to listen to podcast, we are on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/the mixtape podcast. So if that's something that interests you, I highly encourage you to go over there, check out some of our past episodes, give us a like, and if you really like us, give us a subscribe. But with the shameless plug out of the way, that'll do it for me to you for now. And as I say often, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.